There we go. It's back up. Rogue State, everybody. Tokyo Vegas hosted for me. I appreciate that. Oh, it's giving me, there's an appropriate thing. If you've ever wanted to see me take over a country and run it into the ground, well, now you're going to have a chance to watch that. I'm very excited about this and where this could go. I played it for about 10 minutes last night, just got the gist of it, but then I thought I would save everything, all the surprises for you all. The only thing I want to do here is make this stretch and maybe fit.
Welcome aboard.
Thanks for following. Was that Saigar Stronghawk? Appreciate that. I don't think there's a chance for me to... Nope, it's not going to let me. The game is very peculiar. That's okay, we'll run with the little bars on the side. I apologize for that. I don't think the French... Well, the French, we'll consider the French the UN. That's all we'll do. Alright, so let's go to the new game. Let's go here. What type of family name should we be? When I was just playing around last night, I put Hassan, and like, the game really went toward Syria. Like, I really feel like this is supposed to be mimicking Syria and the surrounding nations. I never treated the French bad in colonization. Now, the Native Americans, that was different. Let's be the Hasamalaya family. Boom. Normal game. No endless mode. We haven't unlocked anything, obviously, because I've only played it. Let's hit OK.
We're going live in 3, 2, 1.
Excitement. Something's happened. We have a breaking news special for everybody out there.
For those just joining us, we are fortunate to have an audience today with our glorious leader.
Glorious leader.
Excellency, last week we experienced the conclusion of the trial of the tyrant King Solomon, with his execution scheduled for next Friday.
Ooh.
With the Great Revolution finally concluded, what will the future political structure of the People's Republic of Basenji finally look like?
Basenji.
Well, Zara, King Salman was a corrupt and sadistic man. Under his rule, our people served while he sold away our most sacred objects to pay for his own luxuries.
What a bad leader.
Hundreds of thousands of souls died under his tyranny.
Hundreds of
Yet
thousands.
he was tolerated by the American imperialists. His death will give us closure, but our work is only just beginning.
Look at me taking snide remarks in
The
America.
People's Revolution is never really over. We must rebuild this country from the ashes, reform it. The Revolutionary Council has put me in charge of the transitional government for the next 5 years.
So I have 5 years
Take
not to
over
die.
While a new constitution is drafted, one that meets the needs of all the people.
Ooh.
Many were expecting your brother Farouk would be named by the Revolutionary Council as the interim leader of Basenji. What role will he have in the transitional government?
Farouk is popular, to be certain, and was a fellow patriot of the revolution. He will be given an appropriate role in my cabinet.
Something tells me
It is
Farouk's
often
going to try to
said
mess
that
up
the
my
Americans
world.
are suspicious
We'll have to
about
find a way around
transitional
that.
government, and that you face a great deal of pressure from domestic interests seeking reforms.
Our first priority is, of course, reconstruction. The American imperialists are of no concern at this time. Governance is not an
Rule
easy
1, we
task,
hate America.
But I assure the people that we will build a stronger Basenji together.
Stronger Basenji.
Thank you again for your time, Excellency.
So,
It is a
Rule
pleasure,
1,
Sarah.
hate America. Rule 2, don't let my brother get power. I've got this. I understand the rules of the game. As glorious leader of the newly formed People's Republic of Basenji, you would like to set your office in the royal palace of the late tyrant king. Outside, hundreds of workers dismantled the blood-stained barricades installed by the monarchists last year. Another painful reminder of all that was lost in the war. Key revolutionary figures across the spectrum of political ideologies are now selfishly looking to be rewarded with appointments to your inner circle cabinet positions. So we have Jasmine Al-Hamadan, liberal. Alia Ghazali, liberal. Habib Ghazali, liberal. And then my brother, Farouk Hassanlaya. Oh, so there's something. Okay, so assigning a finance minister boosts our treasury income, $3 million a turn. Assigning a defense minister will boost our military's loyalty by +2 a turn. As defense minister, Farouk will drop your military's loyalty by 2. That sounds bad. As finance minister, Farouk will funnel $5 million to his private accounts. Oh my god. Foreign minister. Assigning a foreign minister will boost all foreign relations +1. As foreign minister, Farouk will poison relations with the Americans by 1. Intelligence. Assigning an intelligent minister will make intelligent breakthroughs 50% more likely. As intelligent minister, Farouk will make intelligent breakthroughs 25% less likely. So far, that's the best one for him because I'd rather have slow intelligence than anything else. Assign a communications minister will boost approval with all factions by +1. That sounds like it's necessary. As communications minister, Farouk will reduce your faction approval ratings by -1 a turn. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put Farouk as the intelligence minister because I don't want to worry about him. We definitely need a finance person. This dude's wearing a suit, so I'm going to go with him. I'm going to make her the communications minister, and then we'll make Jasmine Al-Hamadan the defense minister. How's that for a forward-thinking country? Putting a woman in charge of the military. Eat your heart out, Donald Trump. Oh, look at this, my professional desk. First time in the big chair. New arrivals to the People's Republic of Bisanji may benefit from the in-game manual located here. Okay. Ah, here comes my glorious...
My name is Tariq Badur. As
Tariq.
Parliamentary Chief of Protocol, it is my duty to ensure that your instructions reach our parliamentarians.
Good to have the help.
Settled into your new office? May I offer some suggestions on our first steps to restoring order to Bashinji?
No, leave me alone. No, but please stay in case I have questions. Yes, please begin. The Grand Corgi will see us through.
Yes, please begin.
Excellent. To start, there are 2 units of currency to be concerned with. One is our treasury funds.
Oh, we have $310 million.
Is the loyalty of our parliament.
Parliament's iffy right now.
To rebuild basic infrastructure to begin. Click on the state infrastructure button.
Okay, yes, this is the basic tutorial. This is what I did yesterday. Pretty much all these buttons are things you can do to change your country. There's the situation room here in a minute, and we'll show that. But right now, I have to do this because the country just went through civil war, so you have to do all the prerequisites before it kind of releases you from the tutorial. So here you can see at the top, you have just the reconstruction tab. It seems the people are without water and sewage, and it will cost treasury funds to restore it. When you're ready, please restore water and sewage. So you got a few things you need to knock out. You have restore water and sewage, allow foreign aid workers, rebuild power infrastructure, and then after a couple turns, we're allowed to restore financial services, telecommunications, state industries, and then we'll have the justice system, which will try the king and all the good stuff. But right now we need to get water and sewage, and that costed us a little bit of money. As you can see here, we lost. Good, now we will need some assistance from the international community to rebuild some of our infrastructure. We'll go ahead and pay for that. Some infrastructure purchases require you to make an immediate policy decision. You will only choose one of the 2 policies options presented. So we got to figure out if we want them to be a medical team, or do we want them to be an engineering team? I don't want to pay $3 million a turn. I would rather get the military approval, so I'm going to make them that. And then we're going to go ahead and get power to the population. Very good. You will see that none of the other state infrastructure developments can be unlocked this turn, so close the window and take a look at our policies.
And now click on the policies button.
I like how I'm just looking out the window. I refuse to click on this button. I'm going to click on the policies book, Farouk. Our economy is stagnant and our workers feel exploited. Well, yeah. May I suggest that for one of your first edicts, you implement a minimum wage? Fuck that. Nothing too extreme or our capitalists will protest. So here's the 4 groups that you have to make happy. And if you hover over them, the corresponding policies will go with them. Also, you can look down here at the bottom and it gives you kind of like a surreal thing. You have your labor relations, you have safe country, low unemployment rate, stagnant economy, limited social welfare, and corruption. So right now, the capitalists are mad at us and the liberals are mad at us. So like he said, if we put the minimum wage up, you can see down there, liberals will be happy, but it's going to make the capitalists go negative on us. But I feel like it's going to make me do that. Yeah. Next, let us open the doors to private enterprise and permit free trade zone. In time, this will surely grow our economy. And that one is... Wait, where is it? Jobs. Is it this one? This is legalized unions. This is gambling. This is foreign workers. Education over here. Budget. Mass transit. Police budget. Week of prayer. Free trade zone. Here we go. So that makes patriots dislike us, but the capitalists will be a little happier. Excellent. Keep a close eye on how much faction approvals are rising and falling every turn. If you find you're losing a faction support at a critical time, altering Basenji public policies are a great way of regaining their confidence. Alright, so now we need to look at our budget. Foreign aid. Basenji will rebuild without the stink of foreign dogs. That is right! Raising taxes will lower your approval, but it may be necessary in short term. I suggest raising taxes to 15% if just for now. That was a good choice. We cannot export our goods yet because our industries are still in a state of disrepair after the revolution. Later, forming an export economy and ensuring you get the best possible price when trading with neighbors will be essential. For now, let's close the window and look at something else. So my approval rating did go down.
Game costs time points. There are 4 time points in a turn. The number of time points available can be seen on the clock in the bottom right-hand corner.
He just broke the 4th wall.
When all 4 time points are consumed, the turn ends and an event occurs. Events are rarely good news. Most actions, including building infrastructure, changing policies, calling neighbors, and moving military units, will cost time points. When our industries are restored in the state infrastructure menu, Basenji will receive 2 resources.
2 resources.
Resources will appear here, in the resource menu. I suggest exporting goods that other countries...
So we have nothing right now.
and importing goods necessary.
We've raised taxes, we've opened up trade, we're still rebuilding our country, and we're hoping that good things will happen.
Of goods in your country, either produced domestically or imported from neighbors. Click on the resource menu that was just highlighted to see all the possible manufacturing bonuses.
Oh, these bonuses will help you grow favor among people over a long time. When you're ready, close this window and let me show you something else. So oil, hey, +1 US relations, who would have thought? Media products. Cashmere. Doubles the effects of sweatshop. Trendy cashmere. Fast food production. Oh, smartphone manufacturing. Interesting. Religious broadcast. Oh, the possibilities are endless. I'm not sure what this is, Sephi.
Keep your friends close.
It popped up and I bought it spur of the moment.
People love Farouk, so you need to keep him in your regime. But we should keep a close eye on the loyalty of your parliamentarians. When faction approval drops, when your cabinet members get displeased, or when we start to lose wars or run out of funds, that's when our parliamentarians' loyalties shift. Their loyalty is represented with loyalty points.
So we've got to keep everybody happy and we have to keep Farouk at bay.
If you start seeing loyalty points drop, then something is seriously wrong with Basenji. If loyalty falls too low, Farouk may attempt to push us out of power.
That's
For now,
deep.
let's take a closer look at the parliament window.
Spread the word. Alright, let's take a look at our parliament here and see how happy they are with me. Oh, it looks like they're okay. Try to fulfill the request of cabinet ministers whenever possible and keep the people happy. Ensure Basenji is safe and stable and we'll have nothing to worry about. Glorious leader, right there I am. I am the white bubble. We have the East Wing, we have the Quarifi Caucus, we have the West Wing. So, my advisor's 50% approval. This dude's kind of disloyal. This person's a little disloyal. But it seems like we're okay. Farouk has 0% approval. He just hates my guts. I wish there was a way to make Farouk disappear.
I'll leave you to it now, Excellency. This is not everything there is to see and do, but with luck, you will figure out the rest yourself. You can always hit the buzzer if you are in need of a more fulsome report of the health of our beloved country.
Our
Now,
beloved country.
I suggest advancing to the next turn sooner by clicking on the clock. I have every confidence in your leadership, Excellency.
Well, thank you, sir. I'm glad that somebody has confidence in me. Oh god, the phone's ringing. But I hit the map. So I wanted to see who our neighbors were. We have... Oh god, I'll answer the phone. Who's calling?
Greetings, Your Excellency.
Oh.
I am Prime Minister Rashid Nazarian, and on behalf of Ashtajan,
Ashtazan.
I want to be the first to welcome the liberation of the People's Republic of Basenji from the tyranny of the Salman family. The Salman regime was a threat to the whole region. That is why we provided your rebellion with the weaponry and training necessary to overthrow the tyrants.
Oh, well, thank you.
Once the transitional government has restored Basenji's infrastructure and industry, let us work towards restoring our trade relationship. Do not hesitate to contact me if there isn't any way Axtajan...
Hey, not so slow. How are you doing?
Thank you for your call. I am certain our two great nations will work together to bring great prosperity to the region. There is much work to be done, but I am grateful for your country's support.
Alright, so this guy...
Apologies, but I must go. Let us speak again later.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I have nothing to really offer him right now. Alright, so that was... Ashtashan, and they produce oil, and I can't tell what that is. It looks like maybe electronic. So they helped us, and then we have Trakistan down here and Babalastan. So obviously, yeah, the country with the oil we want to be... Oh, they have oil also. They have oil and plastics, and they have... Looks like goats and food. Yeah, I guess that's food. Oh no, that's just media. They have media exports. Interesting. Let's go to the situation room. Here's where all the secrety, nitty-gritty stuff goes. Up here you can see Obama. Here's our procurement officer. She orders things for us. We have intelligence reports, which we have nothing on them. Here's our strategic overview. This shows where all of our military is facilitated at. Which, yeah, we have our relations with attack. We have infantry units on the borders of all the countries around us. Here we can really see what they have trade-wise. Let me be clear. The Americans are here to take care and facilitate all the needs of the Middle Eastern countries. Here's certain operations. And I don't know what they're watching on that bottom screen. It looks like, it's interesting. So yeah, we can initiate projects and start working on things that are really change the world. We could do a space program. I don't think we can afford that just yet. Let's talk to General Nadir Adad.
Oh, do you have any orders, Excellency?
What's the morale?
How is morale within our armed forces?
The armed forces are satisfied with your leadership. They know you are doing your best.
Oh. Let's check out these guys.
I am considering deploying our forces into Axtehan. What are the risks?
We have insufficient intelligence on the exact number and deployment on the Axtijan military. Without better information, an attack against them will carry a significant risk.
So we shouldn't just go invade countries. Oh, we have intel on the United States of America? Collection priority, gather useful information. They are vastly superior. Their resource demand is oil, and 20% of them come here. Interesting. We don't know anything about our neighbors, though. We have Rashid Naziranian. And Babelstan has Prime Minister Fatima Al-Farsi. I bet she's going to be mean to us. And then General Kalal Saudi Abu Jamal. Something tells me Tajikistan is going to be the Gandhi of this. Vastly superior. I like those odds. So we'll probably be going to war with him. Alright, let's go back to the office. I don't really have any money to order military yet. Or start any special programs. Let's check out the newspaper. Let's see what it says. $50,000 attend Liberation Day Parade. Youth, our most valuable resource. Minister of Natural Resources. Unprecedented policy shift from youth are not a resource at all. Farouk Qasamalaya, appointed Minister of Intelligence. Our approval. You know, there is one thing I could probably change on the policies. Just to, because I'm me. Is we could put up education. That is 7 million a turn. I think I'm going to do that because it helps the Patriots and the Liberals. There we go. All right, so we'll end the turn. Oh, it ended on its own. Here we go. There are several cases of deadly new flu virus labeled M2H1 reporting in Hama this week. This virus typically only manifests visible symptoms midway through its long 2-week incubation period and has the potential to be very dangerous. I think we have to reconstruct first, Sephi, and then we can build up our country. Increase healthcare funding to fully manage the spread of the disease. Screen arriving passengers for symptoms, slowing down air traffic. Do nothing for now. Let's see if it gets any worse. So, our relations went down with Bablistan. She must have heard that I, Oh, this... Okay, so we have to spend at least 6 million. Alright, Basenji citizens are increasingly identifying as capitalist. Oh. Minister Al-Hamadan requests that you move 1 additional unit to the Tajikistan border within the next 3 turns. We can do that. I was actually thinking about that anyway. I think that the guy that helped us overthrow the government... redeploy. There we go. So we'll redeploy them. Hey Morlock, how are you doing? Now since more people are identifying as capitalist, I'm probably going to have to do something to help capitalists like us more. One thing I need to check though is the infrastructure. I don't know if we can do anything this turn. Oh, we can't do anything. Oh, yeah, we can. 15% increase in tax revenue plus 10% capitalistic support. That seems like, yep, that seems like a really good thing to do. Rebuild telecommunications infrastructure. 15% increase in tax revenue. Yes, we're going to do that. Okay. Let's call the Bablistan. Let's see what she says. I'm worried about her. This dude is kind of iffy, but let's call her.
thank you for taking my call.
Let's discuss issues. While we may glorify the old ways, we must not fall victim to the trap of institutionalizing it into the state. We would like to deepen the long-standing cooperation that exists within our two nations. We want to work with you to advance human rights and freedoms in the region. Well, let's see what she's like first. We'll use this one.
We would like to deepen the long-standing cooperation that exists between our two nations.
The potential, of course, always exists for our countries to grow closer.
Well, she didn't tell me anything. Let's see. Do we want to work with the United Nations? I feel like... I don't know anything about our country yet.
While we may glorify the old ways, we must not fall victim to the trap of institutionalizing it into the state.
You are wrong to believe this.
Oh.
A theocracy gives morality to the making and enforcement of laws. Religion is indispensable.
Okay, so they're the big...
Apologies, but I must go. Let us speak again.
They're the big religious country, so we'll have to remember that with them. Their ideologies are very, very, very interesting. So I think we're okay because we still have fundamentalists. So liberals will like us more if we offer... I will wait on that one. I'll wait till patriots or liberals are more beneficial. We could legalize gambling. Fundamentalists don't like us, but it only goes down one, so it's still positive. I will take that. And that will end our turn. The Basenji Gazette has a long history of pushing its luck, but recently they have published several articles that are particularly critical of the government. Bablistan is very upset at us. Find the newspaper and arrest the authors of those articles. Warn the newspaper that the government reserves the right to veto particular sensitive articles. Let it go. Print media is dead anyway. Oh, I can't let cabinet loyalty go down. Find the newspaper and arrest the authors of those articles. We still have a 61% overall. Minister Al-Hamadan approves of your mobilization of our military. You have earned the favor of Minister Al-Hamadan, viewable in the Legislative Assembly menu. Let's see what the newspaper says today. These 17 adorable bunnies will melt your heart. Relations with Bablistan cool in spite of call. Two leaders unable to find common ground in recent chat. Rally against apathy draws unsurprisingly small crowd. 15 people show up at a venue booked for 6,000. Sounds like a Hillary. So more people are capitalists in our country right now and patriots. So we may need to keep that in mind. Let's go to our infrastructure and see what we need to do. We're making 8 million a turn, so we can restore our state industries this turn. Basanji's manufacturing sector will be staffed with capable revolutionaries tasked with returning them to operating at pre-war levels. Domestic production is restored. So we definitely... Oh, we have... What is that? Aluminum? And we have, what, cashmere? And we could actually go ahead and pay for this. Restore our justice system? I'll wait next turn to do that. So, we don't have a bonus unless we... We could import water. Or plastic, excuse me. And we could get capitalist +3 approval a turn. Who has